Now, or do you find that more girls are playing? And I ask this question because I've heard from very reliable sources about Link, that Link is hot. Is Link hot to you?
Link is hot.
The jury is in. Link is hot. Reggie knows it, Nintendo's artists sure as heck know it, and even the characters inside of Breath of the Wild know it.
Oh my, look at that face. You are totally my type. Hi.
But why did Nintendo make Link so attractive? Well, it turns out there's a pretty clear reason, actually. And this reason? She's got a name, too. Let me explain as we unravel the mystery of why Link is so hot. Hi there, welcome to Thomas Game Docs. So our journey to find the origin of Hot Link goes all the way back to the year 1991 with the release of A Link to the Past. Now this game featured an unabashedly un-hot Link, and it will be a while still until regular old Link became the hot Link that we know today. But in developing A Link to the Past, Nintendo brought on a man to help write the game's manual by the name of Yoshiaki Koizumi. Yes, the Joy-Con magician himself. Now, Koizumi's role in A Link to the Past steadily grew more and more important. He was almost single-handedly responsible for plotting out and implementing the game's dramatic introduction sequence, one which I think really stuck with people, even up until today. And that's not all, because come 1993's Link's Awakening, Koizumi's role grew even more central. In this game's end credits, he's listed under scriptwriter, story, event design, boss design, manual. Yeah, this guy was important. But it was only a few more years until the Zelda formula would get turned on its head with the release of 1998's Ocarina of Time. And this time round, Koizumi was responsible for overseeing the design of Link himself. And here's where things get interesting. One day, Koizumi came home to his wife, who told him something that really stuck with him. All of Nintendo's characters have funny noses. Don't you have any handsome ones? Koizumi was shocked, but sure enough, his wife was right. Looking at the old designs for Link, Koizumi couldn't help but notice their button noses. What if this time round, Link were to be a little more dashing, more attractive, more hot? And so, the next day, Koizumi got to work designing this new iteration of Link, alongside the game's character artist, Yusuke Nakano. Koizumi told Nakano about all the new changes he wanted to be made. The sideburns needed to be shorter. He needed a stronger nose. Ooh, pierce his ears. Perfect. Well, actually, maybe that was a little too perfect. This was a Nintendo game, not a copy of Playboy. And so, as a finishing touch, Link was given long underwear. That's separate from his green tunic. Underneath, according to Koizumi, Link was wearing long underwear. Sure, whatever you say, Koizumi. And so, armed with these instructions, Nakano swiftly got to work drawing the game's illustrations. And while he followed Koizumi's instructions closely for the most part, when he got to the face, Nakano decided to stray just a little, because he wanted to take inspiration from somewhere else, specifically the face of an actor, as he put it, a world-famous Hollywood actor. Now, it's impossible to know for sure who this actor was, but Nakano gave us some hints. At that time, if you were to talk about a really good-looking actor, people immediately thought of this guy. So I recall keeping in mind the point of his nose and that strong-willed look in his eyes when I was drawing. Okay, so it might not be Leonardo DiCaprio, but this was around the release of Titanic, one of the world's most famous, successful, influential films, and at the helm of the film was Leonardo DiCaprio. He instantly shot up the teen heartthrob rankings, to the point that I really think that if I was a Nintendo character in 1998, he is the world-famous actor that would have come to my mind. But either way, it wasn't long before the character design of this new hot Link was completed. But I'm afraid the story doesn't quite end there. You see, in the years following Ocarina of Time, Link gradually became less hot. I mean, they didn't exactly bring back the button nose from before, but the character designers weren't focused specifically on making Link hot, not in the same way as they were in Ocarina of Time. Anyway, but with the development of Twilight Princess beginning in the early mid-2000s, Yoshiaki Koizumi wanted to give Hot Link another shot. This time round, he honed in on the hyper-masculine, dark muted clothes, serious brooding expressions. This Link was definitely man. And this iteration of Link has sort of become Nintendo's de facto Link. Even today, it shows up in a bunch of different places, including Nintendo's very own New York store. But this wasn't to be the final iteration of Link. It wasn't quite perfect in the eyes of Koizumi. Let me explain. In 2017, a new Zelda game was released, which changed the series' fate forever, Breath of the Wild. And this new game gave Yoshiaki Koizumi one final opportunity, another chance to redesign Link. Cool 90s Link? He was fine, but he suddenly aged with the times. There's no mistaking that this Link was born and created in the 1990s. As for dark, serious Twilight Princess Link, well, much like the rest of the game, it was reviewed a lot more highly at the time than it is now. Nowadays, we look back and tend to see a bit of an overcorrection from the cartoony style of the Wind Waker. It reads more as an answer to the backlash that came with Wind Waker's release than a fully thought through art style from scratch. It's almost too serious, to the point of being kind of funny. So in the mid-2010s, Koizumi had one final attempt, a last shot at designing a Hot Link for the ages. And this time, Koizumi went somewhere he hadn't really gone before, at least not to this extent. Androgyny. This new Link, he wasn't super masculine, nor was he super feminine. He was right in the middle. As Koizumi explained himself, I went back to the drawing board and decided Link should be a more gender-neutral character. Hence, I created a version of Link that you see in Breath of the Wild. As far as gender goes, Link is definitely a male, but I wanted to create a character where anybody would be able to relate to the character. In fact, this philosophy was so deeply ingrained that when players saw the first trailers for Breath of the Wild, they incorrectly assumed that Link could be male or female. Nintendo had to come out and say, no, Link is still a guy. Sorry, guys. So, did Nintendo succeed in creating the definitive Hot Link? Well, I think this wall of fan art that I definitely cannot show you speaks for itself. It's quite funny that to make Link the most hot he could be, Nintendo had to lean away from, I guess, what is traditionally seen as hot. That didn't really work for the character. A less traditional, more androgynous look proved to be a much better fit. Take that, gender stereotypes! And so, after all this, only one question remains. All the way back in 1998, was Yoshiaki Koizumi's wife happy? Did this new button-noseless design get her approval? Well, Koizumi was asked that exact question, actually, by fellow Nintendo staffer, producer of the Zelda series, Eiji Aonuma. So Link is your wife's type? To which Koizumi replied, yes, firmly. Hey, thanks for watching. This video was inspired by a tweet by _Scullivan, and that's linked in the video description. Plus, you can follow me on Twitter @ThomasGdocs and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And thank you to my friend Katie for appearing in the bit in the introduction. And I'll see you next week. It'll be a hoot. Bye!